Morning, guys. Right now we're just eating some breakfast, some coffee, orange juice, and egg, like scrambled egg wrap. You hear the garbage truck out there? He's eating his eggs and his tortilla wrap. And yeah, just starting off the morning. And I tell you guys what, I'm very grateful and very happy. Well, holy crap, I didn't realize how much staying at home and cooking constantly and making sort of food. Hey, eat that. Making all sorts of different foods. The dishes are constantly filling up and always needing to be clean. And typically it's just me and him eating. So we go through a lot of dishes. And it's just crazy. Every morning there's always a stack waiting to go. And so I did some, got more in there, and we got more hanging out right there. And they don't look. And then we got some on the stovetop there. It doesn't stop ever. You know, it's a pain, but also I kind of like it. It's kind of relaxing to be able to just do the dishes. Sometimes it lets me find like a zen state and kind of chill out, get my mind off of everything else while he's playing and doing something. So I don't hate it now. I used to hate it. I really despise doing it. Sometimes it gets annoying, but it's, you know, what are you gonna do? You can't really stop it. We're always eating, always making food, using cups, mugs, so whatever. But last night I kind of started back up on my story that I had planned to do. My arm is hard. I started back up on the story that I planned to do, writing a book, comic books, you know, future plans kind of thing, but would love to get it into like animation, live action would be cool. I mean, obviously if it kicks off and people like it, all that stuff can happen, but I'm just trying to get the basis of it all. Like I really was working on the plot of just the universe of, you know, I want higher power beings in it, but not overpowered. I'm just trying to figure out how I want it structured in the universe of this thing that I'm building. And but yeah, I was working on the antagonist last night, trying to figure out exactly, like, you know, I was like writing down like who is he, what's his powers, how did he get them, what's he about, what makes him so different to have these powers, like what brings him out of the crowd. So I'm having fun with that, creating this universe. You know, things are obviously going to change as it goes down in the future, or it goes down later on in future. I don't know. I'm having a stroke talking apparently, so if I go to the hospital, don't be surprised. Yeah, so worked a bit on the story, spun the lightsaber around. You guys can actually check out the short video I posted on my channel here. But yeah, did a little bit of that, had fun with the lightsaber, and then I just chilled out for the rest of the evening. So I'm getting better. You know, I'm not exactly where I want to be, where I'm dedicating like hours on end to doing the stuff that I want to do, but it's getting better than where I was, where I wasn't even touching, you know, my YouTube channels or the story at all. So I'm getting back on track. I just gotta remember consistency over you know, motivation, and also I gotta stop looking at the numbers online. I just gotta focus on building it, and you know, the audience will come as time goes on, especially for the storyline that I'm creating. So I'm excited to share more of that stuff with you and get that posted up on my other channel, my art channel, for behind the scenes stuff of you know, art pieces and whatnot. And then once I get like the name of the story and it gets a little deeper in depth for storytelling, and people get a little bit more connected to it as I'm doing it, I'll probably create its own channel. That way it's all solely just that stuff. But right now I have Bougie Studios, which is just all my art projects that I'm going to post on there, all my, you know, different things that I want to do for creating stuff. I don't know. I kind of want to just treat it like, you know, a studio. obviously I'm just by myself, but create it as a creative studio that's making its own content and doing BTS stuff and just you know, fun stuff like that. We'll see where that goes later down the road. I have some ideas, like posting short animations, you know, doing short stories on there, just testing out my storytelling capabilities, and yeah, just all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited to see where that goes. We're about to snack on some dessert after breakfast. If I can open this with one hand. We got a chocolate cream pie or Boston cream pie? I don't know. Boston cream pie. Oh, I got chocolate on my hand already. It's not that delicious of a donut, but it's a donut, so I'm gonna eat it still. So I'm gonna share that with him. I give him like a quarter of it, and he can have, my son, I'm talking about, my son can have a quarter of it. And yeah, that's gonna be it for the morning. We're gonna get him all ready and playing some games. And then we're gonna head to the park this morning. I won't record the park because I've said it before. Well, there's a bunch of little kids there, and I don't want to record other people's kids. All right, I finished up eating. He's still finishing up his eggs, so that way he can get his little donut that he's really excited for. One thing I'm really happy about is that I introduced him to all the kinds of food that I eat really early on. So he eats basically everything under the sun. There's a few things he won't have. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there is a few foods that he's just not okay with. One thing I've been making that he has not been liking is the potato with chili pepper and cayenne pepper. He's not a fan of that. He goes like this with his hand and he says hot, but I have to tell him it's spicy. So every time he eats them, he says hot, and I correct it, and he's learning spicy, but excuse me, he eats some. I get him to eat a little bit, but I don't know. I think he's also a little butt sometimes, because yesterday he also had a Taki, which I've never had, and I bit it. It was super hot, and he had one. And he said the same thing, that it was spicy, but that he wanted more of those. I was like, oh, that's interesting that you want that, but not the potatoes I made. So, yeah, he's a little butt cheek sometimes, but that's okay. This freaking dog hair. This guy here. This hairy buddy, this hairy guy, sit on your bum. This guy, he's shedding for his winter coat. He's a handsome boy though. Looks a lot like his dad right now. But I just yelled at him because he freaking was licking up the food baby drops. But baby, hey, get out. Baby is supposed to be cleaning up after himself, so I'm leaving it so he can pick it up and throw it out in the garbage. Get out, Roman. Out. So that's my morning so far. I try to record the best I can in the morning. It's just very chaotic right now. I mean, look what's happening in here. We got the freaking dog on top of the cat. You guys are gonna break that palm. Oh, look, there's already a broken piece right there. Look at that. You're in trouble. You're in trouble too. It's literally, look at the freaking, I swear to God. I swear. Roman out. Look at her tail. Hi, Iris. This is why I don't record in the morning sometimes. Because when they're all out, it's chaotic and it's messy. And I lose track of them all. Because I left for a couple seconds there that you saw, and this kid has decided to throw all his eggs into. Is that funny? You think that's funny? You think that's funny? Yeah. Are you gonna eat all that? Take one more spoonful and you can have your donut here, okay? But yes, this is my chaotic morning. I try my best to keep it in order and take care of everybody. And sometimes I lose my temper because it gets a little overwhelming. And I hate that I do that because it's not good for my son to see. I want to teach him to better handle your emotions, and I've always stuck with that at my life, and I don't want that excuse. I don't want that part of me around, especially for him growing into a man as time comes on. And they're very, influential right now. I just need to do a lot better as a dad, and just how I present myself and take care of me as a person. I know that's important for him. I know it's important for me and my connection with God. I know that, but when I don't want him, there's things about me I don't want him acting like, if you have kids out there, you go, kitty. If you have kids, anybody watching, I'm sure you have the same mindset maybe, but you always want your kid to become better than you. At least that's how I see it. It's like, your mistakes, all you want is for them to be better than you. When I pray, I ask God, I've mentioned this before, I believe, I ask God for him to look up to me as a good role model, that I may be a good role model, a good father figure for him to look to, but ultimately for him to look past me in dire situations and in times where he feels alone, or he needs a better role model, and look to Jesus Christ, look to God to help him in life, because ultimately, that's God. So that's why I like to incorporate faith into my household, for him, for us to grow better, for me to get better. That's important to me. I don't want him growing up to be an asshole. I don't want him growing up to be a jerky person. I want him to be a good kid and an awesome man when he's older, when he develops into a man, because that's what's important. A good teenager, a good kid, good all-around person, looking after himself, his loved ones, and just doing his best. And I want to fortify his mentality and his spirituality, because there's so many aspects in life that you can just lose yourself to. And if you have those things nailed, well, at least if you have those things, as a sturdy foundation, and you fall, you have something, you can hold on to and get yourself back up on, and work from, the bare minimums of all that foundation that you've learned as you grew up, or as you've grown up. So that's why trying to build it early, build, responsibility early, perseverance. When he's mean, he apologizes. When he does awesome things, I try to praise him. I don't go overboard. I just praise him, let him know that he did awesome. And I myself am trying to find that fine line of being hard on him, being stern, and pushing him past his limits a bit, but not, overstep boundaries and destroy his little baby brain. And that's where I struggle sometimes, and I got to remind myself that we are all learning together, whether we're already developed adults and adults ourselves and he's a kid, or whatever, vice versa, whatever the case is. I just got to remind myself that we're growing. I'm growing. I'll fail. I'll make horrible mistakes as a dad. I'll make horrible mistakes as a husband. I'll make horrible mistakes as a human being, and that's okay. That's good for him to learn. I think what makes me nervous is I don't want to screw him over as he's getting older and, do any damage to him mentally. I just want him to be a good kid. That's just a big worry of mine. I don't want to see him fail. I want to see him do awesome in the world. Don't want to see him hurt, obviously. Can't stop any other stuff. It's on his own free will as he gets older and explores the world. But yeah, that's kind of my worries and my space in my head where I'm at. Well, now that I'm done that little rant for parenting and kiddos, he's eating his donut because he successfully ate all his food. That's another thing I'm trying to work on, just real quick. Trying not to make him overeat, but also to eat enough on his plate and to have his desserts after. But he tried to cut out his food early and be like, I'm done, I want my dessert, but go. I made him eat more. But also I can't tell if he's actually full or not. So I just push him a little bit and see if he'll eat the rest, and he did. And well, if he has room to eat that after, he should be able to eat the eggs. All right, now the rant's done, and we're gonna move on with our morning. All right, I literally told him to wait because I want you guys to see this, because I think it's cool and I think it's awesome for a little kid to learn. Let me prep him. Oh, you're not done yet. Never mind. Finish up your donut. All right. Well, I'm gonna show you guys him taking care of his whole area of his eating space and his dishes, and yeah. Well, eat the rest of your donut, dude. Yeah. Look at that mess. He's gotta clean that up. What is going on over there? Here's your wipes. Clean your hands. Wipe your face. Hi. Wipe down the seats. Yep. Yep. There you go. Nice job. Alright, here, take care of your plate and spoon. Bring that to the sink. Here. Bring that to the sink. You're gonna lose the spoon. You're gonna lose the spoon. Or not. I don't know how the heck. Oh, there it is. Roman out. Roman out. Go put it in the sink. Up, up, up. Or you can put it there too, that's fine. Yep. Push it up, push it up, push, push, push. Push it up. There you go. Nice job. Pick up your spoon. Nice job. You can throw it up there. Nice. Alright. Let's go finish up wiping the spot. And there's this little ducky. He loves that duck. We like to clean up our spot, and I'm making him responsible early on to clean up and take care of his stuff, because that's important. It's a whole responsibilities. And I had that drilled in my head. Especially for a little boy, as he's getting older, he needs more and more responsibility. And it's not to take care or not to take advantage of him and make him do everything around the house. It's to give him purpose and real life experience of taking care of your house. This is all, you know, I'm not just making him live as an old man and taking care of a house and not having fun. We have plenty of fun. We do everything. There you go, toss it out. Perfect. And we do everything together, basically. And we just, you know, he needs to learn responsibility early. That way it transitions on easily as he's getting older. This is this cool little hat he's got on. We're not sponsored by LaCroix, but he's got a pretty cool hat on. You're gonna bump into the cat house. Yeah, now every time we have a box out like that, he wants it on his head. So I created a monster with that. All right, so we just made it to the park. So we're gonna hang out here for, probably gonna hang out here for 30 minutes to an hour. We'll see. It's all dependent on how he acts and, you know, what the vibe of the park's given. So yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are here at all at the park. I mean, people are walking the track around the park, but the park itself, it has like one person there. So we're gonna go hang out, have fun. Ready to go. All right, that was about 30 minutes at the park. Now we're gonna head home, chill out at the house for the rest of the day, and just do our regular activities for the day. And I'm gonna do a workout once he goes to bed. Probably, I don't know, I might try to hit legs a little bit, just because the knees feel much better after I do a leg exercise. So yeah, might hit legs today. I'm not sure. Full body, legs, something to do with the kettlebell. And hopefully it makes my body feel a little bit better. I gotta do some like stretches and just body weight stuff and mobility and joint work, so it doesn't hurt as much. So that's the plan for my workout day today. All right, we're back home from the park. I'm cutting him up an apple right now to snack on. And we typically feed him healthy snacks compared to like we barely have any junk food in the house, and when we do, we don't share it too often with them. Recently, I've been giving them, you know, the junk food you saw. I gave them some of that donut, but most of the time, snacks are fruits. Yeah, just mostly fruits, whatever we got, berries, bananas. He loves apples the most, so I always try to have apples stocked up at the house so he can snack on them. And he'll have probably like 2 or 3 snacks throughout the day. So this is his first snack for the day, and then probably 2 or 3 snacks, yeah. So then he'll have another snack either before bed or after bed, or after he wakes up from his nap, and then maybe one before bed. So somewhere in those time frames he'll have those, but typically after we play outside or go to the park, he has his first snack to hold him over a little bit longer until I make lunch, because right now it's 10:47. Yeah, I try to be inside before 11 o'clock, whether, like I said, it's at the park or just outside, out in the backyard. You can have that. I'm gonna watch some, hi, you can eat your apples. What do you say? You're welcome. I'm gonna watch some theory vlogs and snack on some stuff with them. But yeah, I'll snack with them. I gotta start up doing my fasting again. I was trying to do this 2 weeks ago. I was gonna do a 12-hour fast, a 24-hour fast. So I was gonna do a 12-hour fast, eat. Then the next day I was gonna do a whole day fast. And then I was gonna either go from a whole day fast to 3-day fast in total, or I was gonna eat after that whole day fast, and then after that do 3 days of fasting to clear out my system and let my body just, you know, clear out all that nasty shit and get rid of all of it so I can heal up the gut and body and get the inflammation down. And I don't know, I felt good after I did my 12-hour fast. I did it for two or 3 days. I did 2 or 3 times. I did 12 hours of fasting and felt pretty decent. It was nice. The only thing I would say is after I ate, after the 12 hours for lunch, because typically I work out when he goes to bed around 2 o'clock, I was super like dragged down with energy. Cooking up food right now. We're gonna keep it boring today. For lunch, we got just hamburger meat or ground beef cooking up, and I got some rice. So that's what me and the baby are gonna have. My wife's gonna make a taco wrap, burrito, I guess, whatever. Right now I'm gonna try out plums with peanut butter, because I don't know if you guys have heard of people doing like dates and peanut butter, so I'm gonna see if they taste the same. I'm not a huge fan of the plum taste, so maybe the peanut butter is gonna liven it up a bit, but yeah. So I'm gonna do one without peanut butter first so I can remember how it tastes. It's literally like a giant raisin, but less sugary tasting. Alright, now with the peanut butter. I think it's more just a texture thing, because all it's doing is literally adding peanut butter to the plum. I think you can barely taste the plum. So I think it's just literally having the chewiness of the plum and then the creaminess of the peanut butter. How's your peanut butter? Is it good? Oh, you got peanut. You got peanut butter all on your teeth. You want to see yourself? Yeah. Say hi. Hi. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna cut up onion and then I'm probably gonna. Okay, I just lost the quarts of the onion. I'm gonna cut up some sweet onion and then probably throw in some mayo into our dish to just give it a little extra flavor, just so it's not so plain with just butter, rice, and ground beef. Mine, my son's packed mine with a bunch of rice. I have no idea. That's probably like 2 cups worth of rice right there, and he's got a good amount of beef, onion, and rice in there himself. Not gonna throw mayo in because I was thinking of a different dish that I do with the hamburger, but just gonna leave it exactly like that. So like sitting, you might be able to, you might be able to see me just watch this leg when I come down and bear weight on it, when my knee and my hip become parallel to each other. You'll see me kind of collapse a lot real quick because it's putting a lot of strain on the knee bone. This position doesn't hurt, feels very comfortable, feels totally fine. But when I come up, I'm gonna push off back, all still feels pretty good. Right there does not feel good. And then I'm gonna bear all my weight, I shift over here, and I bear all my weight on the right side. And that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel comfortable for either leg at all. And once I come down, it's already doing it right there. So here, I can already feel it, I'm starting to shift. So right there is even worse. Now I'm going all the way over there. So ready? Ooh, yeah, seeing it caves in, that's what sucks. One of my new favorite ones is to do to warm up the legs is the hip thrust, bridge hip thrust, I don't know, hip thrust, and then single leg hip thrust. So single leg hip thrust I don't want to do with weights yet. I want to get the balance and the technique done. I really like the single leg one because I feel like that really works the hamstrings a lot. I don't know, it just feels really good on my legs. I feel very sturdy after, so I'm gonna do some horse stance, some hip thrust, single leg hip thrust, and then probably the Bulgarian split squats without any weight added. And then I'm gonna just do the basics. I'm gonna grab my 40-pound and 50-pound kettlebell. I'm gonna do basic stuff. So I'm gonna do front squats, or front rack squats. I'm gonna do deadlifts, probably one single kettlebell doing a goblet squat, and then just take it from there. Maybe reverse squat, reverse lunges and stuff. And again, just see how my legs feel, and really just warm them up and get them ready to go. So. Now, I'm going to do a horse stance, so a wide-legged stance, and then I'm going to stay up a little higher today. A little bit higher so I'm not blowing out my knee. And yeah, spinning that around like that, that feels good on my knee. Man, it hurts. That horse stance kind of messed it up, but again, I'm pushing its limits and I'm seeing what it can do right now. Quick. It's not bad. It doesn't feel great. It actually kind of feels really good on the knee. It's tender right there, but like, I don't know, it's kind of like the right amount of tender to like kind of work that spot enough. Kind of feels good, but let's see if it messes it up at all. Moving on to weights. These are my bad boys right here. Boom. 50 pounds, 40 pounds. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do the 90 doing squats right now. Legs are weak, and also not. I'm fucking voice crack. I'm not blaming my knee on this one. My legs are definitely weaker. Definitely need to work more on them. I've been babying them and stopping because of the knee, but I'm definitely not gonna be able to do the 90 because of the weakness in my legs, but also mostly because of the knee pain. I'll try a double front rack once. I don't want to hurt my back by overusing my back muscles to compensate for a weak leg and catching the weight. So that's one thing I'm worried about. So I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna try it out. But I just walked these around my living room a bit in both my hands. I just literally walked it around just to get the load bearing on my body, just to have my body get ready for bearing 90 pounds on it. So I just walk it around for like a minute, set them down, and I'm not following a routine. I'm just gonna go based on how I feel and just kind of mix it up and go along with it. I'm pretty sure this is a good one. If not, let me know. Maybe I should do a regular squat first just to see. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do a regular. I'm gonna do a goblet squat just to see how that feels. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. Nope. Well, I'm happy I didn't let the ego get the best of me and try to do more than I can do, because I was already feeling weird on my leg, and my back was compensating for the lack of strength in my knee. And I was already feeling it up in the middle of my back, a little higher. I was already tweaking a bit, so I'm not gonna do the double rack. All right, so it's been a pretty hectic couple of hours so far, 2 hours or so. Sad, tragic news. Charlie Kirk was shot at the Utah rally he was hosting and passed away from an assassination. Well, it's a little bit later from the last time I checked in. Just been kind of absorbed in the whole thing, and probably shouldn't be anymore, so I'm gonna leave it at that with the news of Charlie Kirk getting assassinated. And yeah, like I said, I didn't think it would affect me that much. I didn't watch him, you know, a lot, but I listened to him. I liked what he had to say. You know, I agree on a lot of things that he says, so it's just, yeah, just a heart-wrenching story. There's just too much shit going on in the world right now, and yeah, it's, so I'm just gonna chill out for the night and pray, read the Bible, pray for my family, pray for the, you know, health and love for his family and friends, and just, you know, I don't know, just a sad time, and makes you reflect on who you've got in your life and how quickly just things can swap around. I mean, this is just a tragic event, not even an accidental occurrence that happened, so it's just horrible. He was killed. He was cold-blooded murder. Yeah, just bullshit stuff. Sick of it. So whatever. Again, if you know, you're a piece of shit that thinks he deserved it and you're celebrating, then again, you can fuck off from my channel. Sorry for everybody else watching and me being vulgar. I just whatever. There's just too many assholes out there. So anyways, I'll give you guys a little prayer too, and you know, just stay safe out there. The world's a little crazy right now, so have a good night, you guys. I'll catch you later, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.